This is a test of the Boundary Park alert system. Hello.
Hi. We're getting into that music then, weren't you?
Yeah. Welcome to the Latics Football Phone with me, Dave Bradley.
And him, Matt Dean.
Right, Dave Bradley.
Can we just start that again? And you can call me by my proper name.
Hello, welcome to the Latics Football Phone with me, Sexy Dave Bradley.
And me, Matt Dean.
Oh, good evening, everybody. There's absolutely no callers waiting.
No.
This could be a short one tonight.
Yeah.
So, but thanks to Latics again for the...
Well, we just keep on getting emails from Latics at ...
Yeah.
And we keep on asking him who he is, or her, or they.
Yeah. We just get these mysterious... What we do is we get these... they get a ring at the door, and then you go there, and there's just this VHS on the doorstep from Latics.
A Betamax.
So anyway, since no one's bothering to call in this evening, I suppose we should take the lead.
Yeah, we might
talk about Latics.
Yeah. So do you pretend to be a caller, and I'll speak to you, and vice versa? Should we do that?
If you like.
Ring.
Hello, Dave's phone. Hello, that's why they can't. Hello, Dave's phone.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Dave.
I want to talk about the great result last night.
What, we ground that out, didn't we?
Hey, I tell you what, I'll take a bit of that.
It was actually a good game to watch. We were under the cosh for quite a bit of it. We had to dig in.
Reed's live on TikTok, so people are watching that. Right, I'm ringing Alex Reed. So I'm going to ring him. So get off TikTok.
What's he doing?
I don't know, but
should we go on TikTok? I'm not even following him on TikTok, so I don't know.
Me.
What's it? But there we are live, you know.
I'm just ringing now.
He won't be able to, he'll be on his phone. He won't be able to answer. Right. It's engaged.
Get off TikTok now. Just get off. It's our time. You had yours last night on the second goal. Just get off. Alex, I don't care. Just get off. He's going to do it.
I told him. Yeah. So, yeah. Can you find it? Can you find it so we can watch as well? There's no point. We might as well watch if everybody else is.
Well, I'll watch along of Alex Reed.
Yeah, but anyway, so me and Dave went down last night independently, I might add. Nice drive down. Well, it wasn't a nice drive down, actually. It was a bit of a pain, but it was a drive nice evening down in the Midlands. It was a tough performance, wasn't it?
It was. I thought that first half, we got the goal. You know, Divine Green, it was a good goal at that. But
you know, that move before the goal was the first time that we had the ball and looked composed. It was our first composed bit of football for the whole half, and it resulted in a goal. Up until that point, we'd been doing all the chasing. We'd not been able to keep it. They'd done all the playing all the football. And then it was just a moment of brilliance, really.
Well, they developed a high press, didn't they? And they were on the high press all the time. And then they, after 20 minutes, sort of looked a bit knackered, didn't they? And they were going down wide, just using the set piece. They had nothing up front, did they? No. Amari Morgan-Smith, bless him. But yeah, it was just waiting for him to just score a goal, and we did. And what a goal it was! It was a cracking finish by Divine Green.
But it was a good patient build-up as well, wasn't it? And then that run through Kitchen, just kind of like through the lines, kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, what a performance from Brendan Dickinson!
I thought he was outstanding yesterday. Thought he was really, really good.
And the people saying that he's not even fully fit yet.
No,
he's going to. I wish we'd got him longer than a year. Or would you reckon it'd be January? Here's a bit of an extension.
Maybe. Yes, it's an extender. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, we've had this message. You know that the Boundary Park alert system and the Latics Football Phone have been shortlisted for the Football Content Awards, Best in Non-League, which still. Don't like the sound of that, really, but you've
got to check what you get.
National Football Content Awards, and we've had an endorsement from a very, very popular Norwich,
a friend of the show,
Norfolk-based DJ.
Norfolk Digital.
Due to a pre-existing contractual obligation, of which I will be deemed in breach of if I don't comply, I must read to you the following statement. Please vote for the Boundary Park Alert System podcast in the Best Non-League category at footballcontentawards.com. Matt, was that okay?
Yeah, that was absolutely fine. Thanks, Alan Partridge, for that.
Yeah, it just goes to show what a lot of mithering can do.
Yeah, really. Obviously, he couldn't do a video call because he was on the toilet. But
and yeah, it was a bit. It was a contractual agreement that he couldn't break.
Yeah, well, you've got to see all these people down when you get the chance.
It's amazing what some photos can do. Right, we've got a caller.
Should we bring him in?
Why not?
Hello, Michael.
Michael.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, mate.
Yeah, we're buzzing to the max here, mate.
Well,
Yeah.
So am I, to be fair to you.
Did you go last night?
No, I didn't go. I was going to, but and then I was just like, I've got school in the morning. I was like, I won't go up for school. And I just couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, to be fair, did you watch the game on or listen to the game?
Yeah, I watched the game.
What did you think?
I think first half until the goal came up, I think it was in a bit of a tightrope. I thought because going into the game, I thought they haven't won in 6, have they? Well, it's 7 since last night, innit? So I was like thinking that we'd turn them over like we did to Oxford, but we went into the game and then we scored. And we settled down a bit, and then after the goal, we went back, and then I think they had us round a bit of a tight game. But obviously, we won.
I would surprise me, mate. I thought they played well. I was surprised at how they were able to push us back and really, unsettle us. I thought they played well for a team that's right down the bottom.
Yeah, they looked organised, didn't they? And they're very, very pacey down the wings. And again, the lads at the back, the defence, I was a bit nervous when Nuttall and Norwood were up front because they just weren't getting into the game, were they, in that first half. And they were just a bit ineffective. Only for Hogan missing that header on the corner. We didn't really have a chance other than Green, did we?
That were a poor header, wasn't it?
Yeah, he should have got that on target. What did you think of when we went 1-0 up? We waited came out the second half, and they really went for us, didn't they?
Yeah. At first, I thought they were going to score. Obviously, they scored, but I thought they were going to score on the first goal, in the 50th minute when they were pressing us. But then we held them back, sort of thing. With Hogan, not Hogan.
Yeah,
I can't remember. But yeah, he bought the shot. So now I was like, the defense is all right. So I don't think they'll score. But other than their only goal, I don't think they would have scored.
Well, I think credit's got to go to Hobson, Hogan, and Sutton. And Kitchen, because I thought they defended like troopers, didn't they? They were blocking shots, putting their heads where they didn't need to. Do you know what I mean? And they were really looking like a good pair. Hobson looks sensational, doesn't he? He's such a good player.
Yeah, we look a lot more settled now, don't we? It's amazing just what a consistent team will do, isn't it?
I think the difference is the way that the players are being trained, spoke to, and shown different formations. Where with Unsworth, I think he was just showing 1 or 2 sort of formations. Where if you look into the details, I went down. I only live around the corner from where Boundary Park is, and I just went and have a look at him training, and you can see the ins and outs of how he speaks to them in the training, and I just think you can't really knock it, to be fair.
Do you think Thompson should get the job?
Yeah.
When would you make that decision?
I think. I don't know. I think the mid October, because if you've got so many applications coming in for the job, I think have a look at who's coming in. Where if you look at Stevie's record, we won 3-3, and I think if he carries on, then you've got nothing to say with him not being manager.
Yeah, it's a difficult. I think mid-October, you're right, because we've got Rochdale on the 20th of October, and any new manager, don't get me wrong, would probably relish that opportunity. But if they appointed someone else other than Thompson, and then let's say, I'm just saying a name, Matt Dean came in with a great pedigree of National League,
CV.
and then we didn't get the result, we got beat, because anything can happen in a derby. Knowing our fans, now I love all you fans because we do all this content, but there are some and out there who will moan and say, get him out, we should get Thompson back in, and then it becomes untenable already for the new manager. So it's really cool. But what do you think about Redfern coming in? Do you think that's a good move by the board?
Is that the Gateshead manager?
No,
no,
Neil Redfern assistant coming in to help Steve Thompson at this moment in time.
I think it's good where obviously they can work together, so I think it does help a bit. But I don't know, because if Steve was doing well by himself and then it goes sort of backwards sort of thing, I'm not too sure. I don't know.
I think it was a bit of a canny move from Steve Thompson, to be honest, because I reckon that he fancied the job straight away, because he had the interview yesterday after the game, and he said that he fancies the job, but he brought somebody in who the fans obviously will welcome in Neil Redfern. He obviously brought him in for the right reasons as well. It's not just that, but he's saying, look, this is the team, this is the management team now, and the management team are delivering, like 3 wins out of 3, fantastic. I think to go to Wealdstone on Saturday and do it again would be a serious mark for Thompson. I think it really depends on who else is applying for the jobs. We don't know. I can say I haven't put my CV in. I haven't got time there. But there will be some really good names in the mix, and it just depends on. It's a big call. It's a big call.
It's an unenviable position. For the board to be in, I think it's going to be really difficult, because I think 3 wins in 3, potentially 4 or 5, all being well, and then bring someone new in.
That's the risk, isn't it? It's when you bring that new person in, if it all goes tits up at that point, then it looks like a bad move, doesn't it? So I suppose if they keep winning, if it's not broke, don't fix it, and keep going till the end of the season, and then you've got the opportunity to.
I was bang out of order with myself and towards the management team last night, because when we were watching the game and you could see Kidderminster were going to score and they scored, I started shouting, "That's just an experience from Steve Thompson." I don't know, I was proper giving it, and I held my hands up because I've been a bit of a wally, because we went to 3-5-2, I mourned then, and then we hit him on the break and hit him wide and scored. So it just shows
I think the thing
shows what we know, doesn't it?
The frustration was, and if Unsworth had been in charge, I think the reaction would have been very different, which is probably fair, because we wouldn't have won the last 2 games. But what it was there for 10 minutes before they scored, you knew they were going to score, like the goal were coming, and it was Norwood not all needed to come off, because they'd done nothing all game, and there were things that you could see needed changing, and he only made the changes when the goal had gone in. Now, thankfully, it worked out, but that was I was a little bit frustrated. Look, I mean, it is what it is.
Football, isn't it?
You know what we should do now? We've got 3 people. We should play this game.
Oh yeah, you ready, Michael?
So what we have to do is we have to bring the others in, don't we?
Okay.
So we try it as we go. Hello, Ibby.
Just hang there. Yeah, all right, Ibby.
You're going to play a game here
before
now.
you start talking, Ibby.
I'm Brad.
Yeah,
evening, guys.
Yeah, all right.
So what we're going
to do is we have to bring in. We have to go with Michael, then Ibby, then Brad. All right, Brad.
Aye, all right.
And then so we're going to bring in. So we have to bring this in. So we're going to. Right. So we're playing Striker It Lucky. So what you have to do is it's basically catchphrase.
No trademark or copyright infringement.
No. So there's a striker behind here, and a Latics striker or former Latics striker. You have to guess who it is. So let's reveal the first tile, and you'll get to go first, Michael. So here we go. There we go. It's that one.
There we go.
Who could it be?
Ooh, go on, Michael. Who are we saying? Just quick.
He's got a tiny corner of his head, and then the rest of it is the chatty end.
Go on.
John All.
No, it's incorrect.
Okay, right. So, Ibby, it's your goal.
Oh, it's good, but it's not right.
It's good, but it's not right. Yeah, that's a rhino, by the way, the little curve. Shattuck has too much time on his hands.
Oh, Ibby, who are you thinking, mate?
Bit hard to guess who it is.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
I'll probably say Dan. Is he a striker?
Yeah. He's called striker at Lucky.
Yeah, striker.
It must be Kurt, that probably.
It's good, but it's not right.
Okay, you ready, Brad?
I'm ready. I think I got an idea.
Oh.
More Chaddy end. Oh.
Is it Urkel Vera?
It's good, but it's not right.
Right, Michael.
Oh, bit of hair.
Oh. I don't know.
You don't know? All right.
No, carry on. Here you go a bit. Oh, this is not going to help, is it?
Come on, Ibby.
Still no idea, sadly.
Oh.
Probably Brad will get it right.
There we go. Come on, Brad.
Could be anyone that. I'm looking to try to find the kit there.
Too late, Michael.
Oh.
Don't know.
Right, Ibby, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, when this last square goes, it's the first one to say it, right?
I don't have a clue still, sadly.
Okay, when this square goes, the first one to say it gets absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Go. Come on. I'll be impressed if you get it.
Oh, is it the one? Is it Dolan?
No. Oh, it's Andrea Mancini. Oh, so
that was a tricky one.
It really was.
It was tricky.
I never would have got that in a million years.
And that was another videotape on our doorstep, weren't it? From
Shatix again. Right, Michael, thanks for your call, pal.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Right, Brad will be with you shortly. He was next in the queue.
Just give you.
Thanks for playing, Brad. Ibby.
What do you want to say,
how
mate?
are you guys? You all right?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I've just got a bit of chest infection.
Oh, well, I hope you feel better soon, mate.
Soon. Stay out of the cold.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just taking antibiotics.
Ibby, you were right about Unsworth, weren't you?
Yeah, I was right from day one. And
day one.
And at the moment, I'm not going to go backwards because I want to look at positive things, what's happening at the club at the moment.
Well, the next question is, if you were right about Unsworth, tell us, is Steve Thompson the man to take Latics forward, or do you think they need to bring somebody else in?
It's a very tricky one. If he wins the next game, I think he will get an interview. But if I'm being very serious with you, he's a lovely chap. And I've been thinking about this very carefully overnight. First, I was saying give him the job, but we have to make a long-term appointment for this football club because sacking managers left, right, centre, we don't want to keep doing that. So I would probably interview a lot of people who has applied. I won't name who I know has applied for. Let's give them a fair process of interview and let's make a decision from there. But Steve Thompson deserves an interview.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely going to get one at this stage. And I think the thing is that they have to go through this interview process because even if they give it Thompson till the end of the season or whatever, and it doesn't work out, then they'll have somebody else in mind, won't they, that they can offer the job to? I think that's
that's what I was thinking, Dave and Matt. And whenever I spoke with somebody close to the club, they keep telling me we are going to hold interview process no matter what. We want to do the thing right.
Yeah, they have to do it right, but you can't ignore the results that Thompson has got. You know what I mean? He's got 3 wins in 3 with the same team that won 1 in 9. You know what I mean? There's nothing else to it. He's getting the results. He's got the tactics right. He seems to know the league. He seems to know the opposition. The players like to play for him. The players want to play for him. You know, why upset the apple cart? I don't know.
Well,
it's a really tough one.
The thing is that he was involved in the recruitment of a good number of these players. Yeah. So there is players, and obviously you'll have to hand them over to somebody else, and that comes with risks. So I'm up for just keeping going. As long as it's working, keep it going.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what Dave is saying because I've been thinking the same thing. But if the club are going to make a long-term appointment, then they would have to do what I'm trying to say. But it's not my club. It's down to the club decision makers what they want. But I would keep him in charge for now because there's no rush. He's got them playing, and players seem to be willing, happily performing. And we won ugly yesterday, but who gives a damn about that? We won. Exactly. It's about time the Latics fans have something to cheer about because under David Unsworth, it was absolutely disastrous.
Yeah, I agree. I think you also think you've got to look at it from Steve Thompson's point of view, that if they keep on dragging it along, this appointment, and it goes, say, I don't know, November, December, he's getting the results, he has a couple of losses, and then someone else comes in, do you think his nose will be part of a joint? Because he might want to put the pressure on the board to say, look, I've got this, I'm getting the results, I'm getting the job, I'm doing the job, and it might affect the players down the line. So they'll have
to make a decision. Yeah. They'll have to say to him, they'll have to at some point. Let's just say, for example, he wins the next 2 games. He's won 5 out of 5. Then, they'll have to tell him, look, we're giving you the job to the end of the season, or at least say that to him in private, and then carry on the interview process until that's all done. But yeah, they'll have to make it. They can't just leave it hanging, can they?
Yeah, he already asked the board for some signing yesterday because he wants to make some signings. So I don't know what will happen from there, but he's a well-respected person. I told you last week, I spoke to Mark Williams, who used to work at Blackpool Football Club, secretary. He said Oldham are very lucky to have Steve Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, he's come across fantastically well. I mean, last night at Kidderminster, there's great scenes at the end of the game, weren't there?
He
even alluded to the fact, he said, win or lose, we're coming straight over to applaud the fans because that's what it's all about. He's an Oldham lad.
And secondly, the appointment of Nia Redfern, I think that's a brilliant move, and we need to give these guys a chance now. I hope it's not a temporarily, but if he keeps winning, then he's probably going to make a name for himself for the job because he made it clear yesterday he wants the job.
Yeah. I think Thommo and Redders are best mates, aren't they? They are. They started off at Bolton together, and maybe Neil Redfern's applied for the job. I don't know. You just don't know.
Well, let's be honest about this. When it comes to managers and management, it's management teams that are most effective. It's not just about the one manager. Clough. Yeah, you've got to have they've got to have good people around them, and I think if they already know each other and that's the potential management team, I think it's strong. You can't have a stronger interview process than actually being in the job and winning the games. It puts you in the driving seat as far as I'm concerned.
It's like Matt Dean and Dave Bradley going for the interview, isn't it? It's just a good bond.
I'm just happy that Hobson and other player I just forgot, they've been performing very well. Green of late. And I'm starting taking to Green because I think he's absolutely loving whatever he's doing under Steve Thompson.
What about Kurt Willoughby? He came on last night and changed the game. If it wasn't for him picking up the ball and he's deep in his own half and starting that passage of play, we wouldn't have scored the goal. I thought he was immense.
What people doesn't recognise this is he might not score goals, but whatever he does on the football pitch, he makes things happen. I've been watching him carefully, and his goals will come along the way he's performing. But what the main thing is that the players' confidence has changed from David Unsworth, and players are much loving life on the pitch now, and we can see that, and the fans are getting behind the players, and this is what we need.
Absolutely.
So with Wealdstone coming up at weekend, DB, what are your thoughts? Do you think that'll be a tough game, and what's your prediction?
I think we're on a good run, and I think we will batter them, hopefully 5-0.
Oh, 5-0 away from home. We'll take it.
Is this Ibby? Is this the real Ibby?
Yeah, you know why? Because I've met Steve Thompson. Honestly, you need to meet that guy. Have a chat for about 2-3 minutes, and you can instantly feel that this guy wants the job and he's got love for this football club. And I did tell him that David Unsworth last time said he loves the club. But when you're saying it, I believe it. Why? Because your family had a relationship with this football club.
Yeah, well, let's hope that your premonition comes true, and it's 4 out of 4 come Saturday. Thanks for your call, Libby.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Thank you.
See you later, mate. Bye.
Cheers, pal.
Just have to do a bit of catching up here. Zoe Fairbrother recently... Sorry, getting your name wrong. Zoe Fairbrother recently celebrated her 50th birthday.
She did.
What
a yeah.
Saw her at the game on Saturday. She's looking great. She really is. So happy birthday, Zoe. That was the gist of it, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. Happy 50th, Zoe.
50th, Zoe.
Life begins at 50.
You know what? Last night, after the game, I know Brad was there. Let's bring Brad in now. Brad, at the end of the game, all the fans staying, getting behind the team. I saw Joe Nuttall come over to Reed last night, congratulating him as the striker had gone off, coming over to the striker who'd come on and scored. Looked so pleased for him. Like that kind of spirit was just great to see, wasn't it, Brad?
Team spirit.
Oh, definitely. It's like, it feels like a long time since, I know it's like you say it's like Kidderminster, but it feels like a long time since we've had a win like that and everyone's together, everyone's singing, everything together, all players are over. I think I saw was it a Kidderminster fan said, Oldham acted like they won the league or something like that, but it just feels like a relief. And everybody's singing from the same hymn sheet for once.
I think, what it reminded me of yesterday was Stockport away under Dowie. When we scored in the last minute to win the game, and it was like a really hard-fought win. That when the team came up to that, the other end of the Stockport County ground, and they're all together. It just reminded me of that. And I know it sounds daft, but I just got that feeling last night. It was a real feel-good factor, like you've had your Fulhams away and stuff like that. That was just a cup win, but that really felt more important last night, that win. The third win on the bounce, it's really, and it was tough. It was a tough game. It wasn't an easy game, and they ground it out, and everyone was, even Shelton towards the end, he just stuck his head out and he knocked it out for a corner. He didn't have the best of games.
You're putting it mildly compared to what you were saying last night.
He was rubbish. He kept on passing backwards. But he didn't have the best of games. But even at the end of the game, it was just a really good performance. It was not a good, but a solid performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they did the job that they needed to do.
It was stressful because
yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, we was actually me and Binman was stood next to Frank, so we was watching him and he was getting involved and stuff like that, and proper shouting every ball every time. No, we got ball. Come on, James, and he was getting proper right into it. And then we thought 10 minutes and they scored. I think, they're going to score again here. We thought, typical Oldham this. And to be fair, there was a good team again. I thought they played well, and they don't. I know they've near bottom at league. I think they are bottom, but they don't really get beat at home much, do they? I think they're just low scoring games. And the set piece, they had a lot of set piece routines, which causes a lot of problems.
Yeah. I was surprised. I was surprised by how good they were, Brad. I really was.
That corner routine they had was very, very clever, wasn't it? They were
like a shoal of fish, weren't they? Moving around, swarming around, or birds, and then just, that's what I thought.
Is that what you thought?
Yeah.
Look at that,
like a ballet
fish.
But yeah,
I didn't like the manager. The ball gap manager for Kidderminster, he was proper giving it big and onside. I couldn't wait. When we scored that second goal, he dropped to his knees and he looked like a broken man. And I laughed. I didn't like him at all.
Well, that there was one comment with because obviously when they scored, I thought the power had gone.
I didn't know. Yeah,
he went back thinking, "What's this?" Light shot. And then someone went up to Frank and went, "Can you not get one of these at Oldham?" He went, "No, balls will end up busting at our place."
Yeah, that was all a bit fancy.
It was bizarre, absolutely bizarre. That light shot.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
But thinking obviously Thompson came out last night saying he wants the job. Has he done that to try and get more fans backing him? Obviously, there must be an interview process happening now because it's 10 days, is it now? So obviously, he must know the people who have applied and what's happening. Maybe people have been watching, but it's a tough decision for the board to make. I said it to you, Dave, last night. And say, obviously, if somebody else gets the job and doesn't start well, people start saying, "Well, Thompson got to tune out his team," and does it make his job a bit untenable that the person who's winning all these games and he goes back to the recruitment? And the manager, he could undermine the manager.
Yeah,
there with him being in the background.
Yeah, it definitely it creates a conundrum, doesn't it, for everybody? It's like last time when Shez left and Unsworth came straight in, there was none of that kind of in betweeny business. I don't know. I really think that it's a very, very brave decision to take a manager out of a side. You look at it if you look at it on paper, you say, all right, Steve Thompson doesn't have the experience of being a first team coach, to somebody, but his experience in the game is huge. It's not like giving it to a rookie. It's not like giving it to somebody who's, like a big gamble, like, your Lee Johnsons and your Darren Kellys and all that kind of stuff. Like
Richie Wellens to a degree, because
Richie
was like
Wellens
first
as
team
well.
coach for
Yeah,
Sheridan,
absolutely.
wasn't he?
And no bigger risk than Pete Wild, like, you know what I mean? But so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But he's got the credentials, and in between him and Redfern, it's definitely got the potential to work. And as long as they're winning games, then why not?
Well, exactly. He got promoted with Blackpool as well, didn't he? He knows he's been there, he's done it. He's been relegated with Blackpool. Do you know what I mean? He's seen the highs and lows of the game. He's played Redfern's played over 600 league games. Thompson's played over 500 league games. They're not.
Brad, do you think it's important that there is that kind of like connection to the Latics in the past? Do you think that matters at this point? You know, the way that Joe Royal and Darren Royal and the new owners are from Oldham, and there's that Oldham connection. Does that kind of experience, Thompson's like family connections with Oldham and Neil Redfern's obvious connections with Oldham, is that the kind of thing we need now, or do we need to sort of break away from that? What do you think?
I'm a bit of both, because if you look at it on the bigger picture, if you look at this, you think things are clicking together. Like, obviously, Oldham, we've got an Oldham-born owner, we've got an Oldham-born manager at the moment. You just think everything coming full circle, and that we could go on and it'd be like a fairy tale type thing if he did do something with the club after so long. But we want the best person for the job, and if it's somebody not from Oldham who's been there, done it, and gets us promoted, I don't think it matter. But like, I'm firmly in the Thompson in camp, and that he deserves a chance. I wouldn't give him a long contract, so I'd probably give him a year with an option on whatever he does achieve this season to go. He seems to know the division. He's got people out there. He knows what he's talking about, and he seems to connect with the fans. Like, with what he's saying. He's an Oldhamer, and he's saying the right things. And I think he's like said, we're going to go on a bad patch. No one, unless you like someone like City, we're going to go through a bad time. And I reckon he'd be the type of manager like Sheridan, and we'd be telling it how it is. And the thing is,
Brad, we might hit that spell sooner than we hope if we get some unfortunate injuries and stuff. The squad being what it is, we lose some, like, the second goal last night came from a kitchen cross again. You lose someone like Kitch, you lose someone like Dickinson, someone like Green again with problems we've had in midfield. The squad is still, it's
we're unbalanced.
We're unbalanced, and it's thin in places, and so if we do get some things like that, we might need to recruit again. And obviously, Steve Thompson, that is the man that's been doing the recruiting. Let him get on with it. I mean, like with you, Brad. I say leave him to it until it's.
Yeah, he doesn't need an interview process for him. He's doing his interview every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Training him, and the club, Frank Darren will probably go into the players saying, "What's it like? How are you feeling?" and stuff like that, and getting their opinion, because you got senior players in there like Garner, Hogan, Norwood, who've been there, done it, and they've players like that going.
Well,
they'd end up keeping him, but yeah, like you said about the squad being unbalanced. Hopefully, we see Lundstrom this weekend, and we don't want to see a Shelton-Sharon midfield partnership. It needs to be either or. We said that for a long time, and obviously he said Lundstrom would play 70 minutes in the paper, didn't it? And so he's getting there for game time now. So hopefully we see him on Saturday, and some creativity, because I think again yesterday when Garner went off, he thought, "Oh, here we go again," and the midfield just thought, "Oh, we're just getting back. We just that main area. We just need something there, don't we?"
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So what's your prediction for Saturday, mate?
I take a point, to be fair. I know people say, "Oh, you're going to Wilson, semi-professional," but you just beat Woking last night. The I think the 13th out there, so they're not a bad team. They were a good team last season who played a lot of football. So I'd take a point. I think 1-1, 2-2. We just want to keep this run going, don't we? But can't remember the last time we've won 4 in a row.
Well, the thing is, it's like...
Was it Unsworth?
I think it might.
It was Unsworth last season, weren't it?
No, I'm pretty sure there's a draw in there.
All right, okay.
Maybe. We have to double check that one.
The thing is, like, with the performances that we've had, the last 3 performances, it's not been, brilliant for 90 minutes or anything like that. There's been, the games have ebbed and flowed. There's been like times we've had to dig in. But in every single one of those last 3 games, there's been quality goals, like just moments of quality where you're like, this is why we should be up there, because you've seen that quality. The goals have been brilliant. Like, and that's all you need to do in this level is just stay in the game. And then when you've got that kind of quality on the pitch, we should be coming away.
It's having confidence on the
winning
ball,
more games,
confidence
than
on the ball, passing it forward, attacking the other team, and putting them under pressure, and trying to score a goal.
That's
dead easy, this
Dave.
Yeah, well,
right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brad. You frozen. See you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
See you later.
So I think our next call has come to defend his good wife. I think.
Yeah. How old are you, Danny?
You all right?
Yeah. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad. I'm well rough from last night. Awful. It was like a Saturday away trip. That.
Did you leave early? Did you get off early doors? Like.
No. Stayed till the end. Stayed till the very end.
No. I mean, did you set off early in the day to get down there and stuff, make a day of it, or?
No. Left Mansfield, where I'm working at Centre Parks.
Right.
Left. Went home. Got showered. Went straight to Bin Man's coach. Bin Man's boozer cruiser.
Yeah.
And hit it hard.
And enjoyed it. Enjoyed a Tuesday night on the beers and a Latics win. What could be better?
Well.
Oh,
you just froze there, mate.
I don't know. It's not our end.
It's not our end, Danny.
It'd be better if we didn't have Shelton in midfield, wouldn't it? I think he brought Sharon down. He was having quite a strong game, Sharon. Shelton come on and they both just sunk.
I think Sharon really struggled when Shelton came on, because he was trying to cover for 2 players, weren't he? I think that's the problem.
He's just not settled, has he, Shelton, in the team? Go on, mate.
What my issue is with Shelton, he goes hiding. He's like, if we're on the attack, he'll stand behind one of their players as always, like, marked, and he's moved into that position. He hides from the ball. He miskicks it. He's just woeful, mate. He's not good at all.
What I don't understand is when he passes backwards and then he'll try like a 40-yard Zico pass, which goes straight to the other team, and it's like, just play the ball forward 5 yards.
Do you know what? People around me last night were saying, "Oh, he might be a confidence player," and people are getting on his back. But he's had a season and a half. Well, he's had a season and this season now. And I don't understand how Hartlepool fans were going mad about it, saying like he's mint, he's this, he's that, because I've just not seen any glimmers from him at all. There's nothing there. He's just a shadow.
He's not really impressed, has he? He does a lot of running around, but there's not really any end product, is there?
I think he was a makeshift signing, and we got him because we could get him at the time. I mean, he must have been cheap. Got to have been cheap, and I'm not detracting from him as a person. I just don't think he's that level. He's National League North, but he's a Callum Whelan, isn't he, in disguise?
Well, he certainly needs to improve his performances if he's going to prove otherwise. Another 2 players who didn't impress me last night, Danny, were Norwood and Nuttall up front. I thought they really made hard work of it last night and didn't achieve a great deal.
I think Norwood had the touch of a baby elephant last night. Like, it just wasn't going for him, was it?
No.
He had to keep coming deep, though, didn't he? But then when he did pass it and move it around, he's got great feet for a striker. Do you know what I mean? And he tried coming deep and he did okay, but I just don't think it was his game last night. He had 2 6-foot defenders at the back, and he had no chance, did he? A bit like Dorking at home. He had no chance.
I like how aggressive he is, mate. When he runs, when he gets his head down and he tries and like smokes them, doesn't he? He does try getting into them and that, but last night it was a bit of a shadow in the game. But
well, we got this here from Oldham till I die. No service either, the SAS effects, and that's fair enough. But when Willoughby and Reed came on, they looked a lot more dangerous, didn't they? And they were getting the same service, so I think it was just about.
Yeah, I like Willoughby. I'm not keen on Alex Reid because he keeps on saying on live TikTok videos, stop watching our phone in and watch him instead. So he's really running a fine line. I'm seeing him tomorrow, so I'll be having a word.
Yeah, I tell you, last night, I think Kitchen ran his bollocks off down that line. He were brilliant. He was.
He looks better than a 5 at the back though as well, doesn't he?
Because he doesn't. It depends. It depends if you're playing high up. If he's not having to do as much running back. Is he the best crosser of the ball? He's the best crosser of the left-footed crosser of the ball we've had a long time.
I thought you said it best crosser of the ball. I think Dickinson's a better crosser of the ball. If I'm honest with you, I think he's the best all round. Or Gardner. I think he's a good crosser of the ball. I think Kitchen does a good job. He's good at whipping them in, and I think the balls that he does put in there are good. But I think Gardner and Brendan Dickinson are better quality.
But they're not on the wings whipping them in to the same degree, are they? I mean, he just
has to be the best crosser of the ball, wasn't he?
Well, he's very consistent in it. Kitchen, he gets to the line. He
scored.
He whips them in, and he does his job. And it was a good header from Dickinson. Good save. Their keeper saved it, and Reed just. He did. Sorry, he did it. Oh God, he did that save, the keeper of the first time round, didn't he? We nearly scored to make it to Dickinson, didn't he? He blocked it on the line, the keeper, didn't he? And then we did the exact same thing again. So, yeah. I thought he was great, Dickinson, last night again.
Man of the match,
brilliant.
MOGM.
Do you know what I want to ask you? Like, do you know how everyone's going on about Gardner being injured and he's made of biscuits and everything? Do you not think that's the same as that Dan Ward? He's played one, got injured.
Yeah.
Come back, played one, injured. It's like...
It does seem that way so far. It's a bit of a concern, isn't it?
Would probably be better than a fully fit Shelton, if I'm honest.
Possibly. I mean, we were talking about this last night, about Dickinson playing centre midfield.
In Hall Park toilet at left.
Yeah, I mean, bringing in...
toilet. Sorry.
It's a good job, isn't it? Honestly.
Sorry, it is toilet. Yeah, I agree. No,
but I think Dickinson could play centre midfield. I think with Sharon, whatever, behind him, just sort of like doing what he does around him. But anything's got to be better than Shelton and Sharon at centre midfield. That just does not work. We know that. So I'm sure Steve Thompson must know that as well. It'll be interesting. Hopefully Lundstram will be back.
Oh, he's got to play on Saturday.
You know what? I'm excited to see him. Excited to see Lundstram and Willoughby and the runners and the through balls and Norwood getting, because we've just not. I don't know what playing those through balls from the centre of mid, have we? I'm looking
getting in the pockets,
that.
running down the wing, and chasing down, and that's what Willoughby. His touch last night was deft. It was so good.
Not the touch of a baby elephant.
No, I thought he was superb last night, Willoughby.
Right, Danny, thanks for the call. We've got one more caller, so we want to get an early night tonight, don't we? Tired, aren't we?
Yeah,
I just want to go home and cuddle.
Put the electric blanket on, don't worry.
Right. Cheers, Danny.
See you later.
Nice one, boys.
See you, mate. Right, last caller. I don't know if it's a first time caller or not, but it's Alan.
Hi, hello, lads.
You all right?
How are you?
Yeah, not so bad. Yeah, first time caller. Watched you for a very few months now. But I don't want to talk about the team as such. I just want to talk about Frank.
Right.
Now, we can all agree to a certain degree. I've been thinking about it. We can all agree that he's a pretty canny fellow.
Aye.
And all I'm thinking of was all this set up months ago for actual Steve Thompson to come in. You know, you've had this guy come in. He's got all his own players in the background. No hassle. No pressure on him at all. He's brought all his own guys in, and then he's stepped up to the mark. He's loved already. He's only been in charge three games, and he's loved by everybody already. So it doesn't really matter what he does.
I think if I was Frank and a canny fella, I think even if I hadn't set it up, I'd take credit for it.
It's an interesting point. I think to have the foresight to bring in Jeffers, Ebrel, Unsworth, and then have Thompson in there as a just in case. It's got he's got to have a level of foresight of like picking the lottery numbers there, because I know he's a businessman, but
he's a multi-millionaire. You don't get there by being stupid.
I know, but the Glazers are multi-millionaires, and look at the mess they made at United.
They're Americans. They're Americans. They're allowed to be.
Their objective is taking a profit.
So,
which Frank won't be doing for a while.
His objective ultimately is that. But it is an interesting point, Alan.
Sorry, go on.
What? Go on, carry on. You finish, please.
Oh, no, I was going to say he's made himself out to be one of the fans, which he is one of the fans, and that endears him to the fact that he can do almost anything he wants to.
You talk about Frank,
and we will accept it. Well, Frank, yeah, and also Steve Thompson he's got the family connections, as we said. He's sat there in the background. He's seen what the players are like. He's watched David Unsworth make a complete pig's ear of it, and found out what he needs not to do.
I think that Steve Thompson is the canny one in this situation. I really do. I think whether or not he thought, when he came in, I'm sure he came in to fill the role that he's come in to do, which was head of recruitment. And then when Jeff has left, he stepped in as in the coaching role. He's not daft. He will have known that Unsworth's time was limited because he will have been there at the club. He'll have seen what was going on. He will have known that with results. Maybe he started to think to himself, I fancy this job. These are my players. I fancy this. And as soon as Unsworth's gone, he stepped in. That bringing in Neil Redfern was a masterstroke on his behalf, because just from the fans' point of view, I think he's in the driving seat. It's his to mess up now. I think
he has been a bit canny, and he must have been watching as a coach, because obviously the manager takes the coaching sessions, leads the coaching. April probably was second in command, and he could probably see, with his experience, where it wasn't working. He could see the players' reactions. So he must have been very astute, because he's got 3 wins in 3. They're playing attacking forward football. All the players are loving it. The players are playing out the shells, running down the line, and they're running themselves into the ground, aren't they? Let's face it. There's no way that Gardner would have played Saturday, Tuesday, would he? Without having a rest or maybe pulling out. I think he wanted to play, and he was absolutely devastated when he came off last night. Gardner,
you can see in all the interviews now the fact that they're actually looking forward to the next game. They cannot wait to the next game. Whereas just not so long ago, it was, you could see they just heads down. They just didn't want to know.
It makes me wonder, though, when we just mentioned then about Thompson and Redfern, and about how important it is to have a team of people. Not just those two, but Steve Thompson was on the coaching staff. He was Unsworth going to like his senior coaches, his head of recruitment, saying to them like, come on lads, it's sitting around the table. This is not working. What I'm trying here is not working. What do I need to do? Was he being listened? I know it doesn't matter now, but it would seem crazy to have somebody with that experience and that that's been such an important part of the club in this season to not listen to him, because it seems to be that was the case, doesn't it?
But is it my way or the highway? It could have been that, couldn't it?
Yeah.
And I think the latter me.
I think David Unsworth came in. He knew what he wanted his team to play, and he was trying. He hadn't got the players to play it. He hadn't got the players to play it the way he wants to play. I work with a lot of Scousers and a lot of Everton fans, and they said, he's great at the under-23s. But he's getting kids and moulding them to his way. Whereas your slightly older players are all stuck in their ways. And if you try telling anybody, if I tried telling you how to do your job now, a different way, it works. You wouldn't want to do it any other way, because the way you're doing it works. And if I try to tell you and make you do it a different way, you're not going to like it, are you? That's bottom of it. That's management.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a lot of this job. Not this job. A lot of that job. The manager. It's managing people. It's just managing men. It's keeping them happy and getting them to perform at the best. And in order to perform at your best, you've got to be confident in what you're doing. And they weren't confident in what he was trying to get them to play. But he should have realised that, shouldn't he? And obviously, in the background, Steve Thompson knew that, and Steve Thompson was obviously thinking, if I get the chance, this is how I would play this team.
And he changed it, because straight away when we conceded the goal, he weren't frightened to do that change, and the players weren't frightened of the change. If I watched a few games last season when Unsworth changed the system, and a couple of the players were looking over at the side going, what
we do?
What we're doing? You know, why have we changed?
Well,
You know,
what's happened in the last couple of games, if you noticed, they've been coming on with pieces of paper, haven't they?
Yeah, well,
they've been coming on twice and with notes written on.
Beef paste sandwiches for after. Is that okay? Yes, that's fine.
You're around next.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, I put a lot of this down to Frank. Frank's not got where he is in the world, in business, by being slow behind the door. It's whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I do believe he's had this in the background, ready to come in, step in, and it's worked perfectly.
It certainly is working very, very well. So do you fancy us on Saturday? Are we going to keep it up?
I've been looking at it. I believe it's either going to be a loss or a draw on Saturday, but I reckon that we'll get 3 points on the next match after that. It's because they're about the same as us, aren't they?
So, but if we win convincingly,
if we win. Hey, I'm happy. I'm not expecting anywhere to win.
Would you, if we're
not Man City supporters yet.
Yeah, well, there's time yet. I'm only joking. If we win convincingly and get another result, say we get another 9 points out of the next 3 games, are you employing Steve Thompson as manager, Alan?
I already would do, to tell you the truth. He's already proved what he can do. He doesn't need to prove himself. He's got the team playing the way we want them to play within 3 matches. What else has he got to prove? He can do the job. He's proved that. He's got the players in. There is players. He's done the job.
I think the thing is, my philosophy on interim and caretaker managers is when you're only playing for the next game, the pressure's off. There's no pressure. So you've only got to go out and get the next win. You've only got to go out and there's no long-term appointment. There's no long-term pressure. So I think sometimes when that changes and they're then the manager and the expectations is they start thinking more long-term. They start thinking about resting players, about injuries, about this. Whereas I think when they've just got to take it one game at a time, they play. I don't know why this happens, but it seems to happen where the mindset change and they come a little bit more conservative once they're given the job. So we'll see if that may or may not be the case. But
in that case, he's the permanent interim manager.
That's what my brother was saying last night in the car. Just keep him in as the interim manager. If it's not broken, don't fix it, kind of thing.
Because there's only one place he's going after this, and if he doesn't get the job permanently, how's he going to stay with the job? Is he going to go back as the well, he was the first team coach before this, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. So, well, we'll see. Well, thanks for the call, mate. Do call in again.
Yeah, will do. I have to go wait till the wife goes to bed first, because then she switches the telly off.
All right, well.
Otherwise, you'll be EastEnders in the background.
No, we don't want that.
No.
Right, well, call in again, mate. All the best.
All right,
thanks, Alan.
Take care.
Mate. See
Bye.
you now.
We've had 2 Allens on the show tonight.
We have. Shall we, just in case anybody missed it, we did have this message from Alan Partridge earlier.
Norfolk Digital.
Due to a pre-existing contractual obligation, of which I will be deemed in breach of if I don't comply, I must read to you the following statement. Please vote for the Boundary Park Alert System podcast in the Best Non-League category at footballcontentawards.com. Matt, was that okay?
Yeah, it was fine. So now, Dave, fans can buy us a coffee. How do you like your coffee?
Like an ice cream, white frothy latte.
Latte. So if you want to buy Dave a
latte,
then you can go to buymeacoffee.com/OAFC podcast. I'll just take mine black.
Yeah, so if you're not going to be tight and you like the show, you like the podcast, you like the Twitter Spaces, buy us a coffee.
Buy us a coffee.
Please.
And please vote for us in the Football Content Award, because it would just be nice to be a multi-award-winning podcast.
Yeah, the multi-award-winning podcast.
But yeah, either way.
It's all you guys. It's not us. It's you. You've got to get voting.
Yeah. So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining in. And let's hope that Latics can make it 4 out of 4. And Steve Thompson is crowned manager of Oldham. What do you reckon, Dave?
Yeah, into him.
Thank you for listening to the Boundary Park Alert System, a QPod production hosted and produced weekly by Matt Dean, Andy Halliwell and Dave Bradley. QPod is Oldham's only dedicated podcast production company, and if you'd like to learn more about how podcasting can help take your brand to the next level, visit kupod.co.uk. A huge thank you goes to all those people who subscribe to the podcast on Spotify. We really appreciate you all. Please visit oafcpodcast.co.uk and click Be a Supporter or find the link in the show notes if you'd like to help us fund the show. It's only $2.99 per month to subscribe, but if you'd rather make a one-off donation, please visit buymeacoffee.com/OAFC podcast or click the link on our website. Don't miss the Latics football phone-in every Wednesday live from 8:30pm. Please visit youtube.com/@OAFC podcast and do hit subscribe while you are there. You can also follow and interact with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok @OAFC podcast. Big thanks go to Eileen Finnegan for writing our excellent weekly blog, which we encourage you to read on our website every Saturday morning, and also to Paul Prendergast for providing us with all the Latics Mind questions. The title music for the show is by Manchester DJ and producer Starion, and for more information visit bandcamp.com/Red Laser Records. If you'd like to be a guest or contribute to the show, we would love to hear from you. Until then, see you next time.